guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute since I've done a sit-down video. For today, we're going to talk about how I plan. So I'm pretty much a busybody and I'm always on the go. So what really helps keep my life in order is to have a planner. If I am not mistaken, I used to collect a lot of Starbucks planners and it used to be my planner of choice. But as I grew older, I kind of felt like it's a little bit impractical to keep collecting Starbucks stickers. And let's face it, it's not healthy for me because a lot of those drinks are very sugary and I'm not so into that right now. So over the past few years, I've experimented on different planners, different brands, and some of them are gifts, some of them I purchased by myself, and now I can safely say that I have found my planner of choice. If you guys are looking for planners, some of the planners that I have already tried are, of course, the Starbucks planner. One is the Tita Witty planner. I don't know if they still make it, but that used to be my planner all the time in college. I've had the Muji Planner and the Sunnies Planner as well. My planner of choice is actually the Muji Planner, but last year they ran out of stocks and I wasn't able to purchase one. So I resorted to having the Sunnies Planner instead, and I know that there are two designs of this planner, but I chose this one because I don't really like a lot of designs, like a lot of anime-like designs. I love anime, but I preferred to have something a little bit more simple. So very quickly, I am going to give you a flip through of what was in my Sunnies planner. So what I really like about this is they have a monthly planner right before the weekly agenda. The monthly planner basically gives me an overview of all the events that I have just so I can plot things accordingly. So let's say if my family would be out of town, but at the same time, I know it's gonna be a busy month in school, the monthly planner will help me keep track of the days that I will be gone, and then I can plan doing my homework, my projects, having meetings accordingly. And because my part-time job is a little bit more inconsistent because I am on call, I also like to track my meeting schedules and my visits to the center. So having this monthly planner really helps me remember those dates, and at the same time, parang lately na-feel ko na medyo naging makalimutin na ako. So this really helps me a lot. Adjacent to every weekly agenda, they actually have a blank space which is dotted for all your bullet journaling needs. So if you are the creative type that loves to doodle and have your own freedom in designing things, then this would be really great for you. As for me, I like both freedom and structure kasi, so this planner was actually perfect for me. Other than that, the physical feel of the papers itself is really nice because the paper is thick. I don't know the GSM or, you know, all those technical things about planners or paper if you're very particular with that. I'm not so sure about it. What I can say is I love using pens like G-Tech, Stabilo felt tip pens, or yung Stedler markers. I can say that it does bleed through, but it's not as annoying as you would think it would be. So the paper is basically thick enough for your writing to not overlap despite using these kinds of pens. Like I said, I like both freedom and structure in planners, and I also like it very minimalistic. So things like this, yung mga drawings sa Sunnies planners, I am not so crazy about it, but you know, I didn't really have a choice because I feel like this was the next best planner out in the market, so I just had to go through it. Since the Sunnies planner has a lot of free space, I also use some of the pages to write diary entries whenever I would have anxiety attacks. I would keep track of my lessons whenever I would teach online. And sometimes I would actually use it to track my expenses as well. So if that month, alam ko magigipit talaga ako sa pera, ilalagay ko talaga as in yung cash transactions ko. I've also attempted to write my YouTube video schedules, but you and I both know na hindi naman ako naging consistent last year. So hopefully, this 2020, mas maging consistent tayo. And in relation to bleeding through, I like using highlighters in this planner so that I would never ever forget my most important meetings and exams for grad school. And so far, using it was okay. The reaction was just the same. It would bleed through up to a certain point, but not too much that it will overlap on what is written on the other side. You also get some coupons at the back if you are the type to use coupons. For me, I always forget to use them, and I don't think I really had any chance to buy from the Sunnies stores last year, so hindi ko naman siya nagamit. And for the last pages, this is where I really reminisce the most because when I felt that Sam would propose to me, I was already actually planning who I want to be my caterer, where we're gonna get married, even the date, and I guess, you know what they say, that when you write it down, you sort of manifest things, and most of the things that I did write down for my wedding came true. So that is pretty much my Sunnies Planner. It was a good year. We've been through a lot, especially in putting my shit together in grad school. So thank you. Okay, so now let's move on to the year 2020, and I am so excited to tell you guys that for this year, I'm actually going to use the Muji Planner. I really miss this planner so much just because it's a lot lighter than the Sunnies Planner, so it's not really a pain to carry around. I also really love the minimalist design of this, so I have the freedom to decorate it as I wish. So on the cover, I have a few stickers already. I'm not rushing myself into putting a lot of stickers and pictures on it because I feel like the fun part of decorating this planner would happen so naturally and over time. So let's say if I go to a nice movie with Sam, I can paste the ticket over here, or if my friends give me stickers or photos that I can stick here, that would be nice as well. So even though I like minimalist planners, I am not opposed to the idea of kind of making it like a scrapbook or decorating it as I wish, because that's really what prompts me to open it every day. So nakakaengganyo talaga siya gamitin. And that's also what I recommend to you guys. Find a planner that works for you. You might like something that has minimal design or a lot of design, dated, non-dated, structured, or like a bullet journal. It's really up to you. Whatever works for you. There are no rules into having a planner. The only rule is that it has to get your shit together. So on the cover, I have Glossier stickers and I have a Purikura sticker of my best friend and I when we were in Tokyo. So I'm gonna give you a flip through of what to expect from the Muji Planner. By the way, I think this is the A5 planner. It's just right for me. Anything smaller than this, I would have a lot of difficulty using. I also like a lot of space because I like to put notes. Sometimes I can be very descriptive with what I need to do. On the first page, you have a 3-year calendar that's 2019, 2020, and 2021. I don't really pay attention to this, but it's already there, so. And then you have a yearly calendar where you can track all your activities for the entire year. Now, this is very helpful for me because I travel every year and I can already plot them ahead of time. I have a very inconsistent schedule, so I have work, I have part-time work, I have graduate school, I film YouTube videos, and I travel as well. And I'm getting married this year, so this is actually perfect for me because it's gonna be such a busy year. I can't even imagine what it's gonna be like, but I know it's gonna be fun. So it gives you a quick glance. Although I haven't filled in anything yet, it's also a great way to remember birthdays if you are like me, who has the same memory as Dory from Finding Nemo. I never remember birthdays. I'm so bad at it. And then you also have a monthly calendar. But as compared to the Sunnies Planner, the monthly calendar of this Muji Planner is actually grouped. So meaning you start with December, then January, February, March, and so on and so forth. Hindi siya monthly, then weekly, then monthly again, then weekly. It's a little bit inconvenient, especially since I like the setup of it being magkatabi lang. So glancing through the monthly agenda and then the detailed list on the weekly agenda is a lot easier. But there's really nothing much I can do about it, so I just have to, you know, suck it up and let it be. There's a lot of space for me to write notes, which I absolutely love. And also the squares on each date of the month is big enough for me to write a lot of the things that I need to do in one day. Kala mo naman, artista ako, diba? I hope you guys are not expecting me to give you a full decorated or, you know, basically like a planned month or year already, because I've basically just written down some of the things that I want to write in my planner, and I hope that this will help you get some ideas as well on what you can put in yours. One of my goals this year is to really be more consistent on YouTube. So I put down a page where I will write my video ideas. And just like the Sunnies Planner, each weekly agenda has an adjacent free page. But this is not dotted, it's actually boxed. I like the dotted one better, but this is also okay for me. So kebs lang naman. If you are a YouTuber, an Instagrammer, or anything creative and you need to plot your content, then I highly suggest that you make an idea page for all your videos or photos or whatever content you need to post. Mag-strive tayong lahat na maging consistent this year. Another thing that I put in my planner are my goals for 2020. And I think as compared to my previous years of planning my goals and resolutions for the year, I learned that it's best to divide your goals into quarters. So of course, there are 4 quarters in a year, and I feel like every quarter I should have at least a minimum of 3 goals and a maximum of 5. I don't really know how effective this is. Don't take my word for it because I'm only trying it out for this year as well. But some people say that when you divide your goals by quarter, it's so much easier to achieve them because the time frame to actually hustle and align yourself to work for them is not too long, natatamarin ka, and at the same time, it's not too short. It's the most realistic way to actually achieve your goals. I already have 2 goals listed for this quarter, and the first one is to fulfill my YouTube calendar, and the second one is to fulfill my budget or savings plan. Ask any of my friends or Sam about this, but I'm not really good with budgeting, so I hope that 2020 will also be the year that I be responsible. Another page idea that I can share with you guys are my favorite moments. There's nothing here yet because hindi pa ako nagkaroon ng time na magnilay-nilay pa ako, but eventually I will be filling it up. Kind of like a Twitter, but for writing. So I'm just gonna write down 1 sentence that will sum up the best part about my day, or not really consistently my day, or any highlight that I have or I have felt that I want to remember forever. I want to write it down here. I've also been reading a lot of books, and I like highlighting the quotes, whether it's a love story or a self-help book, and I want to remember them as well because sometimes these quotes actually teach you life lessons. So I have a special page to write down my book quotes, so I can always look back on them and share them with my friends. I never imagined myself to be such a bookworm, but here I am now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or thoughts or something you'd like to share about planners, then let me know in the comment section down below. I know the 2020 planner doesn't really have a lot of stuff yet, but you know, we're just in January and I have a whole year to fill it up, and I can't wait to share it with you guys when it's completely filled by next year. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!